Hello, and welcome back to Search for Self-Mastery with Dario Gutiasco. In this episode, I'm going to talk to you about how to develop professional skills that will truly take you to the next level. If you feel that your career is stagnant because your skills are outdated, then you need to wake up and listen to this episode. So stay tuned, and I will show you how to acquire new skills that are relevant to stop being an average man in your job, your team, your company, your industry, and the competition. So let's get started. I'm absolutely sure that at some point in your life you felt stuck in your career, and it's very likely that you identified it. Or maybe you didn't, but let's say you did, that you had obsolete skills, meaning they were no longer useful to you. And that this is not only a sign of mediocrity, but also a conscious or unconscious choice. And if over the years you haven't improved your skills, that's why you are choosing to fall behind while others move forward. So it is time to stop being irrelevant and start learning whatever is necessary to stand out. Point number 1. Obsolete skills, or those that are no longer used and are no longer necessary, are a sentence to professional mediocrity, as updating and acquiring new professional skills is your ticket to stand out in a competitive environment. If you think about it, the men who adapt and learn constantly are the ones who end up leading others. A man who is always developing new skills not only remains relevant in every sense, but also becomes indispensable. You might be thinking of the typical phrase that no one is indispensable at work. Well, there are those who become indispensable, and they are the ones who are constantly developing and staying up to date, while others, or rather, while almost everyone else continues to do the bare minimum, a few are building an unstoppable advantage. The truth is that holding on to obsolete skills turns you into a professional dinosaur, and the reality is that no one wants someone like that on their team. You may have a lot of experience and many contacts, but that doesn't mean they will need you tomorrow. That's why if you don't evolve, you will eventually become extinct. There is nothing more pathetic than a man who refuses to learn and is left behind while younger individuals prepare and take his place. Point number 2. Complacency. What does that mean? It is feeling satisfied or content with the current result. And that is exactly the killer of your professional growth. You might be wondering why? Well, eliminating complacency and committing to learning new skills will open new doors for you. New opportunities, new promotions, but above all, respect within your industry. The men who understand that learning is a continuous process are the ones who level up in their careers. They are the ones who become visible to others. For promotions, remember that you are not just competing for your position in the company to keep it, but you are competing for your future. If you don't improve, others will, and in fact they are doing so today, even if you don't realize it, and they will take everything that could have been yours. The problem with complacency is that it ensures your career stagnates and lacks direction, while you watch others begin to advance and you remain in the same place. So that is what must be avoided. Therefore, if you settle for what you already know, you are condemning yourself to a career life without growth. Complacency is a silent poison that keeps you in mediocrity, and no man who aspires to something greater can afford that luxury, especially not you. Point number 3. New skills make you indispensable and respected. Are you going to say why not again? Why are you telling me this? Because learning new skills not only positions you as a leader in your field, in your team, in your company, but it also makes you someone that others seek for advice and guidance. In other words, you become a role model. Every time you acquire new skills, you become the person others turn to. You become a reference point. And with that comes respect, recognition, and opportunities. In short, no one can ignore a man. That one is always improving oneself in different areas. And surely you admire people like that. People who are constantly growing, who are being promoted, who are having new opportunities. And maybe you're wondering, why don't I have that? Well, here's the secret. Another example is that if you continue to be the person who relies on the same skills you had when you graduated, for instance, you will remain in the dark, becoming irrelevant, and little by little you will be forgotten while others move ahead of you. This means that if you do not adapt and learn, you are choosing to disappear in a world that is moving at an incredible speed. And I'm sure you are seeing it yourself today. How much technology, how many changes happen every day, every week, every month, that it is really difficult to keep up with so much change. But the reality is that opportunities will pass you by, and no one will ask for your advice because you no longer have anything new to offer. And on the other hand, no one is going to wait for you until you are ready or feel like catching up. So, developing new skills is not just a smart strategy, it is an absolute necessity if you want to thrive and succeed in your career. If you continue with the same outdated skills and wonder why you are not growing, well, that is the reason. The choice is clear. Either you remain stagnant and become a professional fossil, or you take control and start learning what you want to lead your career, your life, and influence others. Are you going to keep complaining, or are you going to start improving? Remember that you are only one decision away from changing your life.